So for today's video, we will be talking about the higher education and early travels of Rizal. So, as we go along this discussion, we'll be able to know where and what school did Rizal go to as he tried to continue his studies. So in the first part, you will see a very familiar person. So he is Francisco Ingracio Rizal Mercado y Alejandro, or basically Rizal's father, as it has been discussed already in chapter 3. So Don Francisco is actually the one who sent Rizal to Manila for further education. So he was sent in June 1872, and Rizal was born in 1861. So that means he is 11 years old when he goes to Manila. So if that were be in today's generation, that would be like too young to travel. But yeah, that was before. Now, education of Rizal before attending Ateneo and UST. So a little bit of a background. This is the photo of the school of Colegio de San Juan de Letran. So Rizal was actually enrolled in the school for 3 months, but the funny thing is he was then asked to look for another school by the Dominican friars themselves. Friars are priests. It is because Rizal is so smart. Like, he has this kind of radical thoughts and bold questions that maybe the friars are afraid to answer off, or the friars couldn't even answer those questions. So yeah, Rizal was too smart for them. That's why they're afraid, and then they asked Rizal to look for and enrolled into another school. So that's just a bit of a background. Now let's move forward to Rizal and Ateneo. So again, Don Francisco sent Rizal to Ateneo Municipal in June 1872. So the photo below and the photo in the first pic is just the same. So this is the school of Ateneo Municipal during Rizal's era. So it's kind of like black and white. I tried to look for a clear photo, but I wasn't able to find one. So yeah. So Ateneo Municipal is actually run by Jesuit congregation. So Jesuit are known as the Society of Jesus. So Ateneo is a Catholic school. Since it is a Catholic school, well, it has its own education system, in which they try to emphasize rigid discipline, character building, and religious instruction. And they also start their classes with a prayer, of course, and hear masses every morning, and they try to encourage healthy competition within the students. So that's how their system works. Now, Cali Carballo, what is it? So Cali Carballo is actually the boarding house where Rizal stayed during his time in Ateneo. So in order to find his boarding house, he was accompanied by his brother, which is Pasiano Rizal, because Don Francisco told Pasiano to help Rizal find a place to stay in Manila. So during Rizal's stay in Cali Carballo, he was acquainted with mestizos. So kung sa Bisaya pa na siya yung mga kauban sa boarding house ng mga mestizos. So mestizos during that time are known to be the begotten sons of friars, or it could be the only sons of friars. So that's our mestizos before. So in Ateneo, they have two groups of classes. They try to divide the class into two, which are the Roman Empire and the Carthaginian Empire. So let's start with Roman Empire. Roman Empire are those students that are actually interns or boarders. So they belong to Roman Empire. In the Carthaginian Empire are those externs students, or in short term, non-boarders. So that's they are. Now, during that time, they also have this ranking, right? So the first is the dignitaries, or let's just say the highest ranking of all. Or in today's generation, the first honor, the magna cum laude, and so on. So, and then followed by tribune, decurion, centurion, and standard bearers. So that would be like the second, third, fourth, fifth, so on and so forth. So that's their ranking before. So the overall education of Rizal and ATENEO. So at the age of 16, Rizal was able to graduate and finish his bachelor's degree of art in ATENEO at the age of 16. Wow. And then he was not he only not able to finish his degree, he was able to graduate as one of the 9 students declared as sobresaliente, or one of the top excellent students. Out of 9, Rizal is one of that. That's how smart he is. Also, let's move forward to Rizal's life in UST. So after taking up his degree in arts, he then enrolled himself in the University of Santo Tomas, taking up philosophy and letters. But there's one more thing. He was taking philosophy and letters while he was also taking land surveying degree in ATENEO. So gidungan niya ang duha. Ingana siya ka hilas. Char. So, then in May 1878, Rizal passes the licensure examination, but his permit was not granted, not until he was able to attain this majority age. But I don't know what's the majority age before, but if that was today, if you will be taking, like for example, a driver's license, you need to be 18 above to take that, right? Yeah. So, after taking philosophy and letters, Rizal again decided to change his course in UST into College of Medicine, but for a reason. He transferred to medicine because of his mother. His mother's eyesight was actually no longer well, so then he wanted to cure it, and he then transferred to medicine. So in 1882, Rizal stopped attending his classes because he was tired of the Dominican friars discriminating the Filipino students. Rizal was sick with that kind of environment, and also because Rizal doesn't like the method of teaching in UST. Maybe it was not good enough for him. That's why he decided to stop attending his classes. But mind you, even if he stopped attending his classes, he was able to finish all 19 subjects in total. And those 19 subjects, he was able to get a fair grade, and most of them are actually excellent grade. So Rizal is so. Yeah, that's the overall education of Rizal in ATENEO and UST, and I hope that you really learn something from me, even though I have a lot of ad-libs sometimes. That's why I hate myself. But yeah. Thank you and goodbye. Please answer my question. Love you all.